Welcome back to the Paris Newsroom here at France 24. It's time now for Media Watch. James Creedon's here with us in the studio. Good to see you, James.
Likewise, Laura.
Now everybody's getting themselves in a real twister over this hurricane, aren't they?
That's
it's on
right.
its way. People have got their pictures out. They've shown what they're doing to prepare for it.
It's
what it looks like from the satellites, all that kind of
weather
thing.
stories. The media
Yes.
loves weather stories. So let's take a look. It is the top story, as you would imagine, on all of the news websites in the US and indeed abroad. The New York Times, still at sea, storm drenches the East Coast. So as you can see, you know, front page news on all of the major websites. Media are looking at kind of innovative ways as to how they can cover the story. So for example, the New York Times have put their webcam facing outward over the skyline. That was a photo from last night, 11:40 p.m. local time. Pretty impressive skies as the storm was building. And just in case we wanted to see it as well, we get a little photo of their webcam looking out over the skies.
Brilliant.
So it's sort of
safely
meta.
behind some reinforced glass there.
You also have pretty impressive wind maps. So this is a map that actually shows the direction of all of the winds. You can zoom into various parts
All
of
the
the country,
pressure streams and
you
so
can
forth.
see exactly the kind of courses and the directions
Because
of
this is
that storm.
This is set to be a real record breaker. This is pretty scary stuff. I mean, you've had Obama warning about it. We've got states of emergency declared all around. We've got Mike Bloomberg saying time is running out, get out, you know.
And I think, for example, New York, it hasn't seen anything like this since the 1930s. So it is a pretty big deal.
New York Stock Exchange has been closed, transport's been disrupted, everything.
And you've got guys like this out in the middle of it all. And this is a
you always get the crazy weather guy, don't you?
This is a Pointer Institute series of GIFs. Now, GIFs are those kind of circular pictures that they play of the more cliched images that you get during storm coverage. So this guy, I don't even know where he is, but there he is getting absolutely drenched. And further up, you've got the weather reporters, and she's doing air quotes around the term perfect storm. So that's
which she said many, many times.
She said it lots of times in air quotes. And you have this tweet which is relaying an MSNBC coverage. How many times can MSNBC ask if the hurricane is affecting the presidential election? No one they ask knows, and worse, no one cares. Apparently, I suppose those two stories, perhaps inevitably, being tied. So there you go.
Well, the election now just over a week away.
That's right. Polling booths being
stuff.
blown away.
Now, there's a lot of fakery going on as well.
That's
on the
right.
internet.
Now, I saw a couple of pictures today that I thought were the real deal, and I was like, I can't wait to show these to Laura Baines now tonight. These are really amazing photos. She'll love them. But actually, I found out just in time that they're fake.
They couldn't get past your discerning eye, could they, Jane?
So have a look at this. Just in time for Halloween, this photo of Sandy Frankenstorm, as it's being dubbed on social media. It's pretty damn spooky. And indeed, that is a pretty spooky photo, except
if you
it's
saw
not.
That, you'd head for the hills, wouldn't you?
You would, but it's not the real thing at all. And you have this this webpage here, which is rather usefully saying, is Twitter wrong? And they point out that that is not, in fact, a photo of Hurricane.
Well, are Twitter supposed to intervene
Sandy at all.
with that kind of thing? Are they supposed to?
I don't think they are, but I suppose it's useful when internet users do identify the fake photos. And what that actually is
we've had that before, haven't we, in the past?
Absolutely, correcting of the fakeness. This is a supercell thunderstorm, and apparently a lot of the time during hurricanes, you do get photos being posted kind of these supercell thunderstorms because they make for very impressive images. Now further down here, if I can scroll down to the end, you can see a lot of them there. Very impressive supercell thunderstorms. And this is a photo.
These are fake, right?
They're all fake.
That's fake.
And this is very fake. This was even photoshopped.
Very fake.
So you also have this one, right? This was taken at the monument.
This is in Virginia, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right, the monument of the
unknown
soldier. Except, and I was like, rainy, that looks authentic. No, even that's fake. It was taken in September, according to this Twitter tweet by Think Progress.
I got taken in by that one.
And look at this, October 29th, dry as a bone. He's walking along and no problems just yet.
Calm before the storm, James. The calm before the storm.
Exactly
all right, so lots of that going on.
And you also have these photos, right? Empty shopping mall. What would you say? Supermarkets. Photos of basically stores being.
Well, because people are piling up with supplies, are they?
With tins of whatever they're buying up. Because I suppose there is a lot of
food.
And perhaps because they need to, but also perhaps because of the scaremongering around it. I liked this tweet. The one problem with Frankenstorm is eating habits. Is everyone's going to be too drunk and too full to actually escape if things go wrong. In other words, all the stocking up. You've also got stuff like that with this 100 things to do when you're stuck inside, because of course the authorities are saying stay inside. So lists of very useful lists telling people to kind of paint glitter on their nails and stuff like that. And I quite like this one. The
Stay
internet.
with all your food, yeah.
That's it. The internet survival kit, because power and the internet and all that is due to be
right. A lot of people are
cut.
losing power, aren't they? People like you. That's terrible.
What are you going to do? I mean, when you're used to being connected online all the time,
Can't look at fake pictures on Twitter anymore.
You might have to actually read a book or something, you know. So what they're saying here is you can download 10 funny Facebook posts, 30 random Google search results, 15
save them all.
15 hand-picked iStock images. What else?
Dear,
15
really?
interesting Wikipedia pages, some Yahoo answers. It's, in other words,
it's pretty sad,
a week's worth of internet for people who lose their connection
really
and are
sad.
totally addicted.
Pick up a book.
Sad. That's it.
That's my advice. All right, now a video that's gone viral about a girl in Mexico.
That's right. Now I'll show you this particular photo. Now this is of a little girl in Mexico City. Now she's 5 years old. She was she was begging along the roadside, which is a common thing to see in Mexico City. Except what's unusual in this case is she's blonde, right?
Right.
And what happened was a guy took a photo of her. This is the photo. It was posted on Facebook. It went viral. He said her parents are brown. She has probably been kidnapped. We need to identify who this little girl is and what the story is behind her. Now the Mexican authorities immediately began investigating the little girl, and the quick work of the government following the blonde beggar girl caused outcry, because many darker skinned children are basically continue begging in the country every day, and no one pays any attention to them. These sort of images that you can see on the streets of Mexico. So in fact the mother of the child was arrested. The 5-year-old girl was put into an orphanage and that I think the mother was recently released, and she could have a case in fact in terms of suing the government over this. And in fact the grandmother was able to provide a birth certificate, and the grandmother has green eyes, so it's just one of these, I suppose, unusual cases of a child looking a little bit different to the parents.
Very unfortunate.
So there you go. It's a story that has been generating a lot of comment, and for those, I suppose, Frankenstorm, getting back to that, if you want to follow it online,
where's the best place to look? Frankenstorm.
Hashtag Frankenstorm. You've got lots of stories such as this one, Hurricane. What is it? This is on Slate. I thought it was pretty interesting. Here's what New York City's last Frankenstorm looked like. That's an article you can find on that hashtag, a photo from 1938. Andy Carvin, who is a bit of a Twitter star, he's worth following too, being a DC-based man, and he has tweets such as this, which are a little bit lighter, and also lots of serious information about how you can keep on top of info about hurricane. It's not a hurricane, rather. The storm.
It is a hurricane. And let James,
it is a hurricane.
It is. And let James
Look how informed
know as well.
I am after all my tweeting.
What's your... we can follow you on Twitter?
At James Creedon F24.
Let him know if you've got some good stuff for him to see as well. All right, then, James Creedon, thank
Thanks,
you very
Laura.
much indeed. We've got more things that are doing the round on the internet now. It's time for our daily dose of web news.